Welcome everybody to another issue of the Digital Series. At European Rotors, we want to be slightly different from other events and bring more value for especially all the visitors we are having at the show. So to achieve this, one pillar is that beside the normal conference program, we offer a lot of educational stuff. And today we speak with one partner who will offer training. It is the company Aerossurance. And as always, let's have a look first who I'm having the pleasure to talk to today. Hi, Andy. May you shortly introduce yourself?
Hi there, Frank. My name is Andy Evans. I run a company here in Aberdeen in Scotland called Aerossurance. We're a specialist aviation consultancy, but my background was originally as an aerospace designer with companies like Rolls-Royce. I then spent 5 years with the UK Civil Aviation Authority, particularly working on offshore helicopters, before joining one of the operators here in Aberdeen, ultimately as the Global Quality and Safety Standards Manager for the global group. After a couple more years as an aviation consultant, I did 2 posts in the military world. One with a design organization as their head of awareness, and the other looking after the procurement of a number of fixed wing and helicopter platforms for a military flying training contract. And I formed Aerossurance here in 2014.
Pleasure to have you with us. We did some of the preparing stuff already via Skype, but not with the real background as you're having today. So I was thinking about where is that? Okay, it's the Aberdeen. But now I know. A real pleasure to have you with us today. I already mentioned your company, Aerossurance. So may you shortly tell us what are you doing beside offering training and being part of the European Safety Promotion Network for rotorcraft, for instance?
Yes, Frank. Our main focus is on supporting organizations that need aviation but aren't aviation companies. It's quite a niche activity. We help them procure and assure aviation services. So we help the customers identify the requirements, develop a tender, go out to the market, pick the best value, most effective and safest suppliers, and then we help them assure their operations in service. And this ranges from oil and gas companies, renewable energy companies, public bodies like lighthouse authorities and Coast Guard, government agencies, and so on.
Many thanks for that. In fact, you're offering expertise in many fields. I mean, may you give us some examples on current projects? Of course, we understand that you can't mention names of customers or go too much into details.
Yeah, well, for example, if we just look at the things we're doing this week. So we're working with one government agency that is preparing the business case for a fixed wing and helicopter tender. We're working with an oil and gas company to evaluate the bids for their next offshore helicopter project in West Africa. We're just completing a joint audit for 2 of our customers on an offshore helicopter operator. We're working with the Flight Safety Foundation to finalise the latest version of their offshore helicopter standard that hopefully will be published at the end of this month. And we are doing some of the early planning for a beyond visual line of sight unmanned air system trial offshore.
Thank you for that, Andy. Yeah, real impressive bandwidth and a lot of different things going on at the same time. Normally, the next question is part actually of the closing of each interview, but for a special reason, I'm asking it right now. Will we see you at our first live edition of European Rotors from the 16th to the 18th of November 2021 in Cologne? And what do you expect from the show?
Very definitely, Frank. Very much looking forward to the show, because this is probably going to be the first big opportunity for the helicopter industry to get together for over 18 months now because of the pandemic. And it's certainly going to be an excellent opportunity to catch up with our friends and colleagues from around the world. So we're very much looking forward to that. It's been great to do things by Zoom and other means virtually, but it will be good to catch up with people and have those discussions that we've just not really been able to do over the last year and a half.
Absolutely, yeah, and it will be my pleasure to meet you again after, oh my goodness, more than actually 2 years or so. Last time I think was the Rotorcraft Symposium in Cologne, done by EASA. So you're mentioning an important point here. Yes, it is and was a pity that we couldn't do our first premiere as we wanted in 2020, and we had to skip everything. However, things like the digital series helped us to stay connected and to keep the flow of information going on for the community. And so we have established things here. We did webinars beside the pure digital series interviews. And it actually also will somehow expand our educational program. But we can't go too much into details, but here are the questions now. What will you contribute to the show with regard to training?
Yeah, well, we'll be running 2 workshops. One is sort of giving away all our secrets, because we're going to have a workshop on how to contract aviation services, a sort of taster to understand what customers need to think about and how can they behave as an intelligent customer to get the safest, best value for money service that delivers their needs. So that'll be one session. And the other one will be focused on safety leadership. It's something we feel really quite strongly about. What we see when we visit our operators is those that really understand and apply good safety leadership principles are developing a good safety culture, and therefore they've got good safety performance. And this is something that goes beyond what the regulations require in terms of producing safety management systems. This really starts to focus on the people, the culture, and delivering a high quality organization. So we want to share some thoughts on that as well, which we hope will be of interest.
That's fantastic, and especially I love secrets to be told during our show. Wonderful. Can't wait to see you there, actually, Andy. It will be a great pleasure for us. So the mix actually for you will also be, you're doing trainings, but you're also there to network and to talk to potential customers about your consultancy. And I think this mix hopefully is also something for you to really benefit from the show.
Oh, definitely. We're really looking forward to it this year.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. It was a real pleasure. We both have our first vaccination, a second to become. So there won't be a hurdle for us to meet personally. And one inside view by today, the interview, maybe our audience heard it a little bit. There was some scratching issues. That was a rainstorm coming up here in Scotland. It reminds me of a song of a pop band which I listened to in the 80s, but I can't recall the name of the band. Rain, Scottish Rain. So there it was. Thank you for that, Andy.
Obviously, Frank, it's normally sunny here in Scotland.
Thank you for that. Stay safe, and can't wait to meet you and to listen to your presentations and trainings in November in Cologne. Thank you, Andy. Bye-bye.
Look forward to it, Frank. Take care.